Ugh. So, the iPhone 7 was announced recently, and let me just say, I don't think it's going to be good. So, the main problem that I have with it is that it focuses too much on the camera. Because, I'm going to be honest, it's a good smartphone camera. Like, if they didn't make it such a big deal, I would not care. Because it's just a smartphone camera. Who cares? It's just something for people to take selfies with, I guess, and take pictures with that I guess they might want to keep, but also might not. But they made it such a big deal, and it's not a good enough camera to make that big a deal out of it, right? Like, the camera itself has high quality, but the problem is that quality means nothing without customization. You can have the best DSLR, or the best camera, I guess. It might not be fair to qualify this as a DSLR. You can have the best camera, but if you can't customize the shutter speed, the IPO, I think it's called. If you can't customize the aperture, shutter speed, IPO, things like that, it's still just a point and shoot camera. There's no question about it. And if you're gonna make the camera its biggest selling point, at least have those things. And another problem that I have with it were these two things about it. One, there is no headphone jack. And two, instead of a headphone jack, now they have stereo speakers and dongles so that you can plug headphones into the lightning cable. Well, what if you want to charge your phone and listen to music? Now, while you shouldn't be listening to music and charging your phone, because that's not good for the battery, it's still something that might happen. And so it's just stupid to treat it as an impossibility or have a spew of dongles coming out of your phone. It's just ridiculous. And the iPhone 7 also has some pretty questionable tech specs. Like, its battery is worse than the battery that was in the iPhone 6. It's better than the one that's in the iPhone 6S, though. But, you see, because it has better parts, it will last longer, but it's still stupid, because it would last even longer if it was a better battery. It just doesn't make any sense why they went with that. What also doesn't make any sense is the stereo speakers. Now, if you're, say, holding your phone up normally, like you're just holding it up vertically, then you might be able to experience this. Not really, though. That's not really how it works. But, if you're holding it sideways, you're going to be holding it in your hand. And so unless you're holding it really funny, you're not going to be able to hear the stereo speakers. It's just going to sound like any normal speaker because you're going to be covering it with part of your hand. So it's just going to sound really weird coming from one side or the other. And the example that they used of using the stereo speakers was listening to music at the gym by putting your phone sideways and walking away with it. But why would you do that? It doesn't make sense, because you're not gonna hear it still. The thing is that when you have stereo speakers that are so close to each other, you have to be really close to tell that they're stereo. Freak. And so the fact that they went with the stereo speakers is just pointless. It just wastes the battery. If there's any way to disable the stereo speakers, it's probably going to sound just the same if you put it far away from you. And it's going to waste less battery. Which is a worse battery again. It's just silly. The iPhone 7, it's arguably going to be worse than the iPhone 6s. It might have a better processor, but it's not going to be better. I mean, unless Apple installs malware onto your phone or something. I don't think they've ever done that, and I don't think they would do that, but it's really the only reason to buy it. And if they really are going to install malware on your phone, just get a new one that's not Apple. Go get a Samsung Galaxy. Go smell the roses in other places, because it doesn't make sense. But, I mean, if you're really going to be using your iPhone to take serious pictures, then please just, if you get good and want to be serious at it, get a DSLR. They're so much better. I can promise you that. You can modify everything so much better. You can take really high quality pictures, and a DSLR isn't going to cost as much as an iPhone. So if that's the main reason you want to get an iPhone 7 to upgrade from your iPhone 6 or your 6S, then I'd recommend just getting a DSLR. You can probably get one for cheaper than what the iPhone 7 is going to cost. And also, if you have headphones, then I hope you really enjoy your dongle, because you're going to need one. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Now, I honestly think that the iPhones are probably Apple's best product, but it sucks that the iPhone 7 looks like it's going to be so bad. Uno!